overtime. You never know. But we are just waiting on readies from both of our players, Atalito and Watchmuh. Atalito looking to be the first European competitor to win a speedrun championship bracket. So could make some history here. Watchma just looking to get his first championship, and we've got 3, 2, 1, and go from our players. JB Henry here along with Packy. Let's do this. It's finals time. A lot of stacked viruses here. You're going to see a lot less room for space. So these opening moves all also important because it will really dictate how you play the rest of the round.
Yeah, looking at the board that Washma is playing with, this is nice right here because it gives him some in between clear possibilities. But there is a giant cluster of blue, and just as I say that, here comes a double blue, and then another double blue.
Just absolutely wiping the middle of the board off, but it is imperative to know that really only one access to yellow, and even then, he's gotta clear something out to get to it. You do see, a nice little drop here. This is gonna be a good drop. It is gonna block column 2 for Watchma, but he's down to 38, but here early on, you see Watchma again just absolutely flying, already down to 35. He had the lead for a moment, until Watchma took it back. Good combo here. Nice to do another double horizontal there for Atalito down to 30. And Atalito playing a pretty even top line. You do see that straggler in column 8. It looks like Watchman playing the same thing here. Has that red to contend with. No real immediate yellow access. He's got to get some other things off the board. The cluster of his yellows on that right side of the board, as you see 21 viruses now for Atalito. These two, excuse me, keeping it very, very close.
Yes, Atalito for a while was just waiting for some red help to come his way. Now that it's finally come, he's pretty much motoring through this end game like it isn't too much of a problem. But both players are really flying through this 14 thus far. This is outstanding work.
And I'm thinking Watchman there possibly was looking for the horizontal yellow, didn't quite get the rotation, and he's down to 7. He's got viruses clustered in a pretty nice way here. He can handle those reds horizontally, handle the yellows vertically, and the blue really how he wants to. Looks like he is setting up long term here, and we're going to see just one more red drop. No, 207 for Adelito, and we're just looking for a final yellow here for Watchma. Watchma out at 216, very, very close as we go to 15.
Those are two excellent times for level 14, so both players really bringing their A game to this final.
As we see Adelito setting up here a short stack, zero drop clear over on that left side of the board, really starting to just try to whittle things down. No immediate access to yellow, just the one yellow 3 rows down from the top line as it's 48 to 52. Adelito really wanting to start getting into the middle of this board packy. A lot of double opportunities, and doubles mean fast clears.
Yeah, I was looking at Washma's board, and I really liked that play with the reds that he made earlier, but unfortunately, that leaves him with almost no red viruses to speak of on his top line. So color diversity becoming a bit of an issue right now for Watchma, and it's now becoming the same for Adelito, who has a lack of access to blues. If he can dig through that red virus in column 7, that will help him out.
Ooh, and I think we saw a misplay here from Watchma. You saw him rotate that blue red, or that excuse me, that yellow red over in column 2. Looks like he stacked and maybe thought he had 3 for the clear. Instead, he had just 2 ready there. So that's going to sit there and stare him in the face for a little bit. Those are always brutal plays. Happens to the best of any player. And we see Adelito, or excuse me, Watchma now trying to get a L setup maybe to clear this garbage out, hoping for a, red yellow. He's not going to get it. He is going to get that garbage cleared though. But this has allowed Adelito to hold on to a very slight lead.
It looked like Watchman might have wanted to clear that red virus in column 5 before he got the yellow virus in column 6 so that he could drop an L clear to get a lot of the blue garbage out of the middle of his board. Unfortunately, RNG didn't come that way, so he just kind of had to take what he gave him.
Good under clear there to get the reds. He does have a well in one, so he is going to need some double red pill help from the doctor. He is at 11. He is a bit hamstrung right now. Meanwhile, Atalito playing a very tight board. Got a bit of a problem in accessing that final red as he's got blue garbage surrounding it and now getting that ketchup and mustard combination that we all dread as another double clear from Watchma and another double clear. He's got three viruses, Packy, but they are bunched up and hard to get to.
This is gonna clear 2 of them, though.
And a
Oh, that is
good
perfect.
vision of that horizontal there to keep that in, and he's out at a 455. But Adelito right behind at a 458, neck and neck here at the halfway point.
Nice little multicolor tee there from Atalito to finish that level off. Those are always cool to see.
And a horizontal quad as well from Watchmo. We love looking at those too. Big efficient clear with one pill, and it is 62 to 62 here as a decision there by Watchmo. Looked like he might have wanted to go horizontal, decided not to. Has a nice clean top line here. Adelito playing a bit bunched up, but making use of those horizontal clears to set himself up for future success.
Watchma has a lack of access to yellow right now. That clear will help clear up access to a yellow in column 8 at least, but at for a little while there was a cluster of red on the right-hand side of his board. Sometimes when that happens, you need specific pills in order to play that cleanly, and if you don't get those pills, then you might end up with this serious spire situation in the end game.
Yeah, and that happens. Sometimes you just get a great combination of or a great sequence of pills and you just clear, 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 and then suddenly something's just stacked up high and now you have drop time to try to contend with. So maintaining that average top line, very, very important here. You're seeing a lack of access to blue right now for Watchma. He's really got his last blue left to clear out. So but we're seeing him really starting to use whatever he's getting from the doctor here. 23 to 18, though. You see Packy, a bit of a spire. That could be problematic for Adelito.
It could be. It all depends on what RNG decides to give him, but the thing about these kind of situations is it greatly narrows what you can and can't use in your end game. So far, so good. He can get an in between clear on these yellows, and this looks like that's what he's gonna do right here. So a good job by Adelito taking care of all these in between clears, and he doesn't waste any time with that double red. Just puts it right where he needs it.
Meanwhile, Watchma very hung up in that right corner. Really doesn't have an answer for anything really. As that there's that one yellow pill fragment that's really preventing him from doing anything on either side. Meanwhile, Adelito out at around a 720. He's already into
Oh, very nice.
17, and you got to make very very careful decisions when you start these last few levels. And as
Yeah,
there's just that sudden top out danger with one mistake.
yeah, you have to play clean at the beginning of level 17 or else you're gonna be in big trouble very quickly. It looks like
Watch
Adelito's managed to sort out. It's kinda like uncorking a bottle for the first time. As soon as you do it the first time, it's no problem.
And a great open here from Watchma as he is being very careful. Did a great horizontal play to clear out the left side in the upper corner. And now he's down to 62, trying to catch up to Adelito. Adelito in a bit of trouble.
Manages to
And as I
get that
say that,
2-6 over to the right just in time to clear up that column 7 situation. He absolutely needed that. Oh, and I love that setup with the double blue, dropping in for a drop tee.
and now he's going to start trying to dig into the center of the board. He's got a bit of an opening, but he is leaving a little bit of garbage on his board. Meanwhile, Watchma 45
Ooh.
Viruses has managed to catch up a bit to Adelito and is going after this yellow virus, kind of a straggler out there in column number 6, but not really getting much in the way to help him out. A good T clear there to get him down to 41, but we're seeing Adelito really start to chip away here. A lot of garbage on either side of the board. He's going to have to take care of at some point. He does get the garbage off, gets it clear for his efforts, down to 37 here, and we're seeing Watchma starting to make some nice little combos here. He's tied it up. He's at 32.
Little surprised he didn't drop that yellow into column 5 to clear up the blue viruses underneath because he has a lack of access to blue right now. But there's a lot of double opportunities for Watchma in this board right now, and it's giving him an opportunity to establish more of a lead on Atalito right now.
He is at 18. His big issue here is he's starting to split his board. He has a Spire on one he's got to deal with, although he can really deal with it casually. Not It can stack up a little bit of garbage and be safe. A lot of opportunities with this double red blitz coming up as well. Good under clear right there, and we see the access to yellow pretty much free and clear. Just needs to get that last red virus in 8. Meanwhile, Adelito struggling here on his end game. If he can get access to that right corner, he's got a lot of doubles that can really narrow the gap. But you see Watchman playing smartly, getting that under clear on the blue in column 1. That's the right play to go for first, preventing drop time. That double blue's huge. So now it's free and clear here. Just needs to get a couple yellows. And at 10-11, it is going to be game 1 to to Watchma, as a very, very strong showing on 17 secured him the victory.
Absolutely. Really strong showing by Watchma in game 1 against a really tough competitor.
As Adelito wraps up his 17. He's just needing a couple of reds. He's going to be out at a 10:37. But the win going to Watchma, the 6th seed, 2 wins away from a championship here. And Watchma getting ready here, going back to level 14. A great, great first game. Was dominated in the first half by Adelito. And I'm sure, as Watch was saying, he had me in the first half, not going to lie. But
Yep.
a 10:37 is a fantastic time. It was a 10:37 at Adelito,
Was it a 10-11 for Watchma?
or 10:11, excuse me, a 10:37 for Watchman, but a 10:11, also a really, really good time. So both these players playing phenomenally
Yeah,
as we get ready for game
yeah,
number 2.
if it's a 10-11, that it cracks the top 20 for the finals.
Yeah, this is real, real good times from both these players. We've got readies from Adelito and Watchmo. Watchmo looking to extend his lead here, 1-0 in favor of our 6th seed, and we have a go from our restreamer, the Dave. Shout out to him. He does great work getting all these layouts looking beautiful for you. So give him a follow, give him a shout out, show him some love in our chat as we start our second game. And both players already off to the races. A good drop clear there from Adelito, putting him at 54. Good balanced board here. One thing I'm noticing, though, is it's going to be a very interesting end game for Watchma. There's only 2 viruses in row 1.
Yeah. The thing I've been focused on, though, is that there was a lack of access to red on Adelito's board from the start, and he was getting a lot of red fragments and making really good use of them, so really good job.
And Adelito now with an exclusively yellow top line. This is very dangerous. You really want to start hoping you get some favorable RNG. And if not, you got to get creative in what you want to do. But Adelito managing to hold on to the lead here, 35-38, as it looks like maybe that double red might have been misplaced. We'll see what he decides to do here. Maybe he's going to be dropping that
He's got
down.
a yeah, he's
Uh,
gonna drop that down in a horizontal combo.
So a great play there, 27 or 24-31 here as Adelito starting to just blast through level 14 here. 31 to go for Watchma as he's getting a double blue. Not the kind of pill you want in this situation, but a nice drop cross there, starting to open up that left side. It's still a double-digit lead, though, for our 1 seed as Watchma just kind of chipping away here, not really able to solidify any combos. He's really just able to set up the next step. And sometimes that's just what you got to do. Get yourself set up for that next play and just find the next virus to clear out.
Yeah. If I'm Watchma, I'm thinking about there's 4 yellow viruses that can be taken horizontally in row number 2, something that you might wanna seriously think about at this point. And to do that, he's gonna need to drill down here, which will give him a little bit of drop time.
And he
But
had that yellow blue. He could have dropped that down and gotten the horizontal and really set himself up. All he needs to do is clear that blue in column 4.
yes, but the fact is the pillow was still not wasted at least because there's still a lot of stuff on the right side of his board that he had to attack. So it's kind of a pick your poison kind of thing.
And we're going to see
There
this
we
nice
go.
combo getting 5 yellow viruses for the price of 4. But Atalito already churning through 15. He was out at about a 217 as he's already starting to go to town here on level 15. Watchma just struggling here to get one last red, and there it is, out at a 243. He's got a lot of work to do here to catch up to Atalito, who's already hung up about almost 20 viruses here as both players now on 15.
A rough start for Watchma on this game too, but it's early yet. There's still a lot of Dr. Mario to be played. It's far from over. No need to panic at this
Absolutely.
point.
And you see a
Adelito's
little bit of a hesitation there from Watchma as he kind of got handcuffed by RNG. He's really looking to go for that big combo. You see those blues 3 rows from the top. He's really wanting to get access to that and really just not getting the combination he needs here. I think he's just going to say, heck, I'm going to go for it. But now he's left himself hung up with a lot of garbage.
Sometimes when you go for elaborate setups, like when you set up a horizontal clear that's going to basically cut the bridge and clear out a whole bunch of other viruses, you do two things. You narrow your playing field because you don't want to stack more on top of it that you don't need, which is just going to create garbage in your near future.
Hmm.
And when you narrow your field like that, it's more likely that you'll be handcuffed to a specific color in the process. I think that's what just happened with Watchma there, and that happens all too often.
But a nice recovery combo there. He has opened up his board a bit. A beautiful T combo there. He's going to be down to 25, but single digits here for Atalito. A little bit of a dicey situation. He's probably going to start going horizontally here, left to right. And that's exactly the plan here. He drops down that red, and he's going to drop down another one. And boom, look at that combo to get out at a 429. Absolutely lovely ending to 15.
429 for 14 and 15 is an excellent time.
Yeah, you're a casual player is looking at about a 245 to 3 minutes a pop in these sort of levels. You're really not going to see anything below 2.5 minutes, really, until you start playing more. These late levels are so important, and but yet they're so intimidating. Because you see 20, for example, and you see just everything stacked to the very top, no margin for error, and it's almost, horizontals are almost required at that point.
Yeah, particularly on high speed when it actually becomes a major issue just trying to get to the pills to the side of the bottle.
And a 525 out of 15 for Watchma here. I think he could have had an opportunity to go horizontally and get a bunch of yellows off, trying to maintain some diversity, perhaps. As again, it's about a third of a level, if not half of a level of a margin here between these two players.
Yeah, it's starting to become a pretty steep lead for Adelito right now, but I actually kind of agree with the way Watchman's playing this because he had a lot of doubles stacked on top of each other to start this level off. And sometimes you just got to adopt a philosophy like Floyd and just keep it nice and simple and don't overcomplicate things to the point where you might start hesitating.
And you see that patience paying off here. He is narrowing that gap. It is about a 19 virus lead, but you see Watchman playing very, very smart, not trying to be too aggressive, yet still trying to maintain pace. He's got to deal with that garbage in column 7. I think he's going to do it with this blue yellow, or maybe not. He's just going to stack that blue up, that double blue, get himself a virus clear. No, he's going to drill down. Interesting decision there as it is now 32 to 11 here as we are just about at 7 minutes elapsed here in this second game in this best of 5 championship match.
Now, Watchma's done a great job closing the gap. He was behind by almost 30 viruses earlier, and he's narrowed that down to 10 at this point.
It's really going to be all about a smart end game here. Those end game strats, very, very important. You don't want to get too aggressive just in the main game, that you leave yourself in a position where it's going to be a challenge to get out. And that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing a real tough end game here now from Watchma. He's down to 11. as Atalito out at about a 722. He's going on to 17 here, and already, as you see, I say those horizontals are required. Atalito sniffed one out here just to lower that top line.
Yeah, I'm looking at Adelito's endgame, and it looked like he was doing some plans on top of plans trying to hold out, but this little one row drop is all he needs to get out of 16.
It's a
And
749 here, 10 virus margin going into 17. This could be critical here. We'll have to see how our six seed handles it. He's been
oh,
playing well thus far in
timing,
a huge combo to start.
great timing on those red pills because he wasn't getting many of them. But now he's got to contend with a very blue heavy top line.
And I like this decision. He is dropping a little bit of garbage down. But again, it's all about getting that top line down. You want to get the first
Ooh,
five or six rows just completely open on the from the top of the board. And I'm really
oh, I
liking
love
this play.
that
Look at
move.
this combo.
Yes, that L clear was very necessary to keep everything
Uh,
clean.
but Adelito not really relenting here. He's maintaining that 8 to 10 virus lead as he's going to town here. We're seeing him really play heavy on that right side. Not a lot of clears on the left, and not a lot of access to yellow unless you're on that right side. He is going to get that T clear, but Packy, he's really going to need some blue and red help to get through the 17.
And he's gonna need it soon because as soon as he looks over his shoulder, he's gonna see Watchmuh right there because Watchmuh has just taken a 3 virus lead.
And again, Watchman just playing it very, very nicely here. Maybe a misflip there on that red yellow or that blue yellow. We'll see what happens there, but a good recovery there. Really trying to start focusing that right side. It is 28 to 19 here as Adelito now starting to chomp down here. He's on his final six rows, needing again more blue red help as Adelito just continuing to go to town. He's going to get that tuck double and it looks like, oh, he's going to go across the board to get that horizontal yellow. That's great vision by Watchma.
Yeah, I think that placement of the blue yellow that you mentioned earlier was just a matter of not really having a place to put yellow, and he might as well have just built up to the horizontal that he was going for. And right now it
Exactly.
look
And it
and
is
right now it looks like he's trying to dig down towards the blue horizontal on the bottom of his board, and he needs some more reds to finish that. Or
eight
maybe
to
he's
eight
not,
here
because
and
maybe he's
8 to
not
8. And
because
it looks like it's going to be brute force here as it's now down to
oh,
4 to
nice.
2. He needs one blue, and Watchma going to pull off the comeback with a 10-21.
Wow.
Unbelievable comeback from Watchma, taking game number 2 again in level 17. And again, he was down by 25 or so viruses, Packy. That's a huge comeback. And that again
Monster.
proves, and I mean, no lead is safe. You've been on both sides of that coin, both up and down by a lot, and have seen that outcome change. So, wow, what a great comeback by Watchma. He is making Adelito bring it here. Adelito not out of this, but now again, he's got to be perfect.
Yep. And that's what makes it so difficult to face this deficit. And look, now RNG's not even giving him the right pill. There we go.
If
So
you're
two
Adelito right now, oh, go ahead.
if I'm Adelito right now, I'm just thinking the only game you should be worrying about is the one that you're playing right now. Don't worry about games 4 and 5 until you get there.
Let's get that hype chat. And remember, it is 2:15 where Adelito is. So he is being the night owl here just to get this far. So absolutely monumental there. Normally when I'm up at 2:15, I'm on parts of Reddit I shouldn't be. So
If I'm up at
all
2:15,
right.
something wrong is going on. That or I'm partying with JB in Columbus.
Oh man. And before we get to that next match, as those readies come, remember Torg Expo November 5th. Get your flights and hotels booked. It's just 6 weeks away, so we really would love to see you there. We have readies. Let's get that countdown here. Watchma match point here. as we get started.
Atalito's
Atalito off to the run. And
and
a
that one's
great opening
straight.
double blue.
Yep. Double red rush early on. Looks like he's gonna go for the horizontal start off, and not a bad idea. He's gonna stack
Little
stuff on top of it, waiting for it to drop.
And it's a little dangerous here by Watchman. He's leaving himself some spires. That's going to mean drop time. You've really got to be careful here. You're really hoping for some double reds, or something to just reduce drop time. And as you see, it's almost an exclusively red top line here. So got to be very critical in your decision making. You're going to see this forced drop that does eat about a second of nothing where he can. Or no pills for Watchma, but he is going to town. Atalito with a nice cross, and he's going to follow that up with a nice little drop combo. He's down to 39, holding on to a one virus lead. And again, Watchma looking for that double red blitz. Looks like it's coming. He's going to get a little bit of help over there on that left side, down to 37, and double clear there and another clear. So he's just going straight to town here. 34-27. You see both these players absolutely blazing right now. Atalito keeping that average top line down. He's just kind of got a straggler out in column 8. A good quad horizontal on that one pill clear. 21 to go for Atalito and 25 to go for Watchma here.
Watchma looks like he's holding out for a yellow red at the top of his board so he can avoid some drop time, and there it is. That's going to help cut down his spire a little bit.
Very, very smart bracket clear. That does reduce drop time. You do take drop time, but severely less. And a nice little tuck play here is it's starting to build garbage, starting to build up on that left or that right side for Watchma. Looks like he's starting to get that clear, and he is just within a virus. Let's see how this end game goes. A huge T, a fat T, uh, for Atalito puts him down to 8.
A blue red would give oh, I'm having a brain fart. Watchma a quick clear of 4 viruses, but looks like he's going to
But
take it one
he's
part at a time, and now he's going to be out of here at a 217.
And we've seen the first player out doesn't necessarily mean the last player out. Uh, if history has proved anything in this match alone, but we're seeing some really nice sequencing
Oh,
here from
great P.
Watchma, and he's already down to 54. Atalito though has some nice stacking here. I like that under clear, reduces the drop time, and a good tuck there to get that horizontal double yellow off the board. He's got to be careful here that that yellow stack is getting a little precarious, and when you're playing high speed packy, you've really got to be careful about those high corners.
Yeah, you better be absolutely sure you can hit those high corners and hit them soon because you have a gradual speed increase in this game. Every 10 pills, the speed increments, and if you wait too long to get to those corners, you won't be able to reach it anymore.
Nice drop clear there by Atalito. He's down to 38, really trying to maintain pace here with Watchma. Watchma's got a long finger right there. Those three on, then one on top. You've
He's
got the finger and the nail. That's I'm just calling it that now. 34-26. Uh, I'd like to call it a specific type of finger, but we're trying to keep it family friendly. Uh, 28-23 here. We're trying to get that stack off the left side for Watchma. Atalito trying to get any sort of yellow help right now, Packy.
Yeah, Adelito needs a ton of yellow in the middle of his board. And while Watchma is trying to find ways to attack horizontals in the middle of his board, he's got a little bit of yellow garbage to contend with, but now being able to drop that down on top of the layer of blues that he now needs to get through to finish this level.
He absolutely does. Atalito, though, is absolutely hung up right now, and Watchma taking advantage here. But that left side of the board for Watchma is going to be problematic. He's going to be hoping for some double pill help, and maybe try. He's going to have to get creative. That double was pretty much required to get out, and now he's got to have to combo out here. And you're hoping for a red yellow, and he is going to get one, fortunately. But now you are comboing out or hoping for a double yellow.
That sequence is just what he needed right there. Very smart move to take the blue yellow and just throw it away at the last minute because he saw what he had coming and he's gonna be easier to put red on top of the red instead of wait
And
for it
meanwhile,
something else.
Atalito pretty much he had to play that horizontally, and it was a very questionable call. I think the call there is to just set up the yellows, but he's
No,
going to
he's
get
got
out
it.
of there. But a little bit of extra play on there, out at a 522. He is about 16 viruses behind. But Adelito's been on the other side of this, where he's been 20 plus viruses ahead. So he knows a comeback is very much possible.
Yeah, Watchmuh for a moment there had a concerning left-hand side of his board where the top line was exclusively red, but a well-placed double red had basically put him right where he needed to be, and his board looks really promising.
It looks really good. Both these players needing blue help desperately, as blue is just infected all over any sort of planning that either of these players can do. Whereas in Adelito's case, it was just through the middle of that bubble in centered out of columns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, it was just all top line blue for Watchma here, and he still has a lot of blue he's got to deal with here, Packy.
Yeah, this double blue right here though is gonna. Oh, I wait. Maybe he's waiting for a different pill to drop down into column four and get that big T cleared. Looks like he set it back up again.
Watchman
I
had
th-
a blue red earlier
Ooh,
and didn't go for it,
nice.
but now he's cleared that out. Big play there. But
I mean,
it's
even if
20
even if
virus
those
lead here.
even if those leave you with a little garbage, it looks really cool. So you got to do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you like having those big flashy combos. They are a nice confidence booster. They may not always be efficient, but sometimes you just want to look cool. Uh, four
Nice side
viruses
bolt
to go
there.
here.
Nice side bolt there from Watchma that to just line everything up perfectly. And now he's just a couple blue pills away from getting out of 16 with a couple
And
dozen virus lead.
And here comes 17. We know that 17 can be cursed for the leader in this match. We've seen Atalito come into 17 first, and Watchman being very particular about
Ooh,
what he wants to do here. That was
it
a
was
little risky with that
yeah,
double
it
blue,
was.
but he got it.
That is not easy to do. I've done that many
That's not
times
something
myself,
you're
and I don't feel completely 100% comfortable doing it. I only do it if I absolutely have to.
And with playing on medium, that definitely does help for Watchma's sake here. Adelito, 8 viruses to go. He's going to get the horizontal clear. His that left section just completely buried. He's going to have to get creative to get out of it. He again needs blue help. He is going to get it. That double blue, I think, immediately going into column one without question. And again, just looking for some sort of help here. He's going to get the red, or excuse me, the blue, and now is just looking to get things horizontally done. He's got everything he needs, just needing this last red piece, and he's set up to get out. He's going to combo out, but he's going to be out at an 823. The margin here is nearly 40, though, Packy.
Yeah, it's I know that we say no lead is safe, but this is going to be a very difficult lead to overcome. There's a big cluster of red right now on Watchman's board, and he's going to need a lot of red pills to get through that. There's a very limited access to yellow for now.
And a really rough start here as we do get the fat log, which is good here. And now he's starting to clear things up and can be a little bit more creative with what he wants to do here. We're going to see another clear. We're going to see a cross into another combo, getting quite a few viruses off the board and another double. You're seeing Adelito playing very aggressively here, but it's down to the final 14 viruses. But Packy, it's pretty much red. Red dependent. That's the word I'm looking for. Here on this end game for Watchma.
Yes, he's Watchma is getting the red he needs, so it's only going to be a matter of time at this point. And look, a double red coming up for him right here. RNG just giving him exactly what he needs. We're looking at a sub 10, which is awesome.
And a 9:41 is the unofficial time, but it is officially a sub 10, and that is going to be it. That is a sweep. Watchma taking his first ever championship. He is the September champion. 6 big points. But Atalito, no slouch, just really got some tough RNG here in this third game. But he should feel pretty confident because he's played well for this entire tournament.
He's played well and at past 2 o'clock in the morning, so props to Atalito for toughing it out for
Yeah,
this long.
but
That night
Watchma is your champion.
that time by Watchma is good for number 6 on the hot times list.
Nicely done. And a lot of GGs in our chat for our player, for our champion Watchma, our runner-up Adelito. He's still going to get 4 championship points. Uh, and I know that was a frustrating final, but he's played well throughout. And again, he was holding on to those leads, and Watchma just played very, very cleanly through the 17 those first 2 games. So well done to Watchma, and congratulations. And again, congratulations to Adelito. But that is all we have for you here in the month of September.